Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Joined the Akatsuki. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out Anime King, my main channel guys, where I post a new episode of What If Naruto was trained by Kaguya and what if Naruto created his own village. So go ahead and check out those and enjoy. And after this, stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix on this channel. So, if you're new and you've enjoyed the lovely what ifs on both channels so far, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King 2 and also Anime King and be a part of the Anime King family guys. And if you're new, remember to comment down below and tell me. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, to do a bit of a recap, Naruto and Jiraiya came back to the village after 3 years, as Naruto had one thing on his mind, to confess his feelings for Sakura, and he did. But not before asking her out on a date, as he brought her out on a romantic date. As he then confessed his feelings and she told him that she liked him also. It was then Sasuke was heading back to the village, as he knew that he needed more power to defeat Itachi. He needed the Mangekyou Sharingan, and Kabuto informed him that Naruto and Jiraiya returned to the village. So, Sasuke came back to the village as Naruto found him at the Uchiha compound. As the both of them had a brutal fight, Naruto then got on top as he pinned Sasuke down and started to beat him down. As Naruto was in such rage, Sasuke then saw everyone start to flood in the area, as he then lied to everyone telling them that he wanted to come back to the village because he ran away from Orochimaru. But Naruto then started to attack him, as Sakura then turned to Naruto and cursed at him, saying why did he do that to Sasuke? As she then told him that she loves Sasuke. It doesn't matter how she feels about Naruto, she loves Sasuke and she will always choose him. The people of the village then saw what was going on as they started to throw stones, as Naruto then got up and ran away. He then exited the village as he went in deep into the forest. As Naruto felt so bad about himself, people calling him demon and all that, he then looked down into the water to see his reflection, as his teeth were sharp and his hair was all ruffled and wild because of the mud and the dirt and everything. He then took off his headband and slashed right through it, as he didn't want to be a part of that village anymore. Those people always seemed to blame him and hate him, as he then stabbed himself in the stomach. But he wasn't dying. The Kyuubi was healing his wounds, as Naruto then got up because he then heard ninjas coming this way. Even though he was bleeding, he was walking at a slow pace until he collapsed. Sasuke then felt the moment that Naruto stabbed himself, as he felt that Naruto died, but his eyes didn't change. He didn't get the Mangekyou Sharingan. He was the one that caused Naruto's death. He then saw the error of his ways as he started to think about things. He then promised to come back to the village and be the first Uchiha Hokage for his now dead friend, but he's still going to kill Itachi. It was then that Itachi and Kisame found Naruto, as Itachi told Kisame to wrap the bandage around Naruto and take him with him. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the playlist and check it out for yourself. So, let's start this new episode. Right now, Itachi's mind was deep in thought. Why was Naruto kicked out of his own village? Why did he try to commit suicide? He couldn't understand why such a gutsy kid and full of life like him was so near to death and was lying in a pool of his own blood. Kisame and Itachi brought him to a stream as they dunked him a few times to clean all of that blood and that mud off him as they head off to the hidden rain. Itachi had Naruto slung over his shoulder, while Kisame had Samihata that was not sheathed anymore by the bandage because it was wrapped around Naruto. Back at Konoha, Sakura entered a room as Sasuke has been moved to a better room with working lights, window, and water. The window was strong glass and reinforced with chakra seals to prevent him from escaping. Not that he would, he wanted to stay in the village after all that he has done. Sakura, I am so sorry, said Sasuke. It's alright, said Sakura. There's something I have to tell you. What is it? Naruto is dead, she stuttered out. I know, said Sasuke. I felt it. It's all my fault. I drove him towards it. What do you mean, said Sasuke as he thought that it was the villagers who killed Naruto. He commits suicide, said Sakura, as tears started to fall out of Sasuke's eyes. As he remembered, all back then, him and Naruto were great friends, and no matter what he said, the both of them had a bond, and he drove him to kill himself. As Sasuke was cursing himself on the inside, Sasuke was about to tell her that he lied and he was the one responsible, but he stopped himself. If I am going to live the life that Naruto wanted, I must live it without trouble, and if I tell her this now, it's only gonna bring her pain. Back with Naruto, his eyes were bandaged up, and he also felt his stomach bandaged up. His arms and his legs were shackled to a table, and he could barely move. His stomach was flaring in pain as he felt the raw stitches holding him together. He could also feel lines connected to his wrists and his chest. As he tried to speak, but his throat was dry and crusty, as he knew for a fact that he was not in a simple hospital, as he could hear the machines beep away. He tried to force his hands out of the shackles, but he then heard a loud beep. They have me monitored, whoever they are, Naruto thought. He also felt his chakra being restored little by little. Something was giving him chakra. So, who was the one who took him? Why would the enemy give him chakra so freely? He lay back and relaxed as he tried to swallow to clear out his throat, because it was so dry, lying on the tough ground in the sun for days. As he remembered the past events, he felt nothing but anger seep inside of him. Sakura ripped out his heart. Kakashi did nothing but watch, and Sasuke ruined his life in the village by telling lies and fake stories. His fist tightened as his nail dig into his palm, drawing blood. His teeth clenched as he was growling. There is still hate in you. It lurks like a creature in the dark. My young Jinchuriki, said a voice. Here, the voice said, as Naruto felt a glass at his mouth, but he could not refuse. It was water. Thanks, said Naruto, as his throat cleared up. Don't mention it. How are you, Naruto? In pain, Naruto said. I am all too familiar with pain, the voice said. My name. You know my name. Well, sure we do. We have watched you for quite some time, Naruto Uzumaki. I thought I was the last of my clan too. Not till now, at least. Wait, you? What's your name? Naruto asked. The person stood silent for a moment as Naruto couldn't see who he was talking to. As the person then spoke, my name is Nagato Uzumaki. Now, get some rest. As he stepped out of the room and closed the door. Wait, where am I? Said Naruto. About 15 minutes later, someone entered the room. As he could hear by the heavy step, it was a man. As the person come and checked his wounds. As Naruto then spoke, Sir, when do I fully recover? The person said. Your wounds are healing fast and my stitches are holding together. So it shall be a good 3 days rest. The bandages around your eyes can come off in a few hours. The man's voice sounded deep and cold. Thanks, doctor. I am not a doctor, but I'll take it as a compliment. So what's your name? Asked Naruto. My name is of no importance. The only thing that is important is money. Oh, okay, said Naruto. The man then left the room, letting Naruto think and wonder where he was and what to do next. These people, they have not killed me. They fed me my chakra back. They gave me medical attention and they took me when Konoha threw me out. And I found out that possibly one of them might be related to me. He's in my clan nonetheless. The clan that was supposed to be wiped out a long time ago. And it doesn't matter. I cannot really go anywhere. My home hate me. And they think that I'm dead by now. And I don't really belong to anyone. I'm all alone and it's all Sasuke's fault. Maybe Pervy Sage will help me. But he probably thinks I'm dead. And probably downing a bottle of sake right now. Naruto then sighed. Back at Konoha, Tsunade and Jiraiya sat together on the balcony. Jiraiya, who had just heard the news, he cried openly. It broke Tsunade's heart to see him this way. She herself had cried herself dry before she gained the courage to tell Jiraiya, because no one could survive after that much blood loss. As she popped the cork off of a sake bottle, as she poured it in a glass, as she poured some for Jiraiya. I should have been there. He needed family to calm him down. He needed his godfather. It's all my fault. No, Jiraiya, it's not. It's my fault for sending Naruto on such a mission. And he also found out Sakura's true feelings. That conniving little bitch, said Jiraiya. Jiraiya, calm down. Sakura hates herself right now. She thinks that it's her fault, that she is responsible. She is, said Jiraiya. And also this village. They have hated Naruto since birth. They know how unstable his emotions are. Those goddamn bastards. Jiraiya, please calm down, said Tsunade. There was then a knock at the door. As they turned, Tsunade then called for the person to come in. As Sakura stepped in, as she saw that Jiraiya was crying, she quickly averted her eyes as she couldn't look him straight into the eyes. Tsunade, As Sakura started to cry, as Tsunade walked over and hugged her for she to cry it out. Where is the body, Tsunade? Jiraiya asked. We never found it. But then, he could still be alive, said Jiraiya. Jiraiya knew his headband was scratched and covered in his blood, and there was too much blood there. For all we know, an animal could have taken off with his body. I will go and search, said Jiraiya. With Yamato, he just arrived to Kakashi's house. As he knocked on the door, no one answered. He knocked again, and no one answered. He turned the doorknob. As the door was open, he entered. As he sensed a chakra signature, as he walked in, he saw Kakashi sitting down with a bottle of sake. Kakashi, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm fine, said Kakashi. You have been drinking. It's unlike you. I lost another student, another friend. He was going to go so far. He had so much potential. He was going to become Hokage. Yamato pulled up a seat as he patted Kakashi on the shoulder, as he had no idea what to talk about. Are we sure that he is? Pakon found no trace of his body. His scent ended. It is most likely his body was eaten by a wild creature. Come on, man, don't say that. It's true. God damn it, it's true. I fail him, just like I fail Ren and Obito. As tears started to stream out of Kakashi's eyes. I am worse than trash. I forgot my friends. Back with Naruto. The door opened again as Naruto heard footsteps trail into the corner of the room, and this chakra was more intense than the one before. Who are you? Said Naruto. I know this chakra. I was the one who saved you and brought you here with my partner. We sensed your chakra, so we went to check out the source. You are lucky to be alive. No, I am cursed. That is why I am alive. We've met before. I know your voice, said Naruto. How is my brother? Is he back in the village? Has he beaten his hatred? Has he broken the curse? Who? Who are you and who is your brother? Sasuke. How is he? The voice asked. Sasuke? I'll kill him. I'll tear his throat out and watch him bleed. I know you now. The blindfold was then taken off of his face as Naruto gazed at Itachi. Itachi, I should have known. You're part of the Akatsuki. That means I'm at a Akatsuki base. It seems like my brother's hatred was passed on to you, Naruto, said Itachi. The only thing your brother gave me was despair and sadness. My hate is my own. What will you do with that hate then? Itachi asked. I'll kill Sasuke, then I'll burn the village to the ground, as a smirk appeared on his lips. Is that you talking or the Kyuubi talking? Itachi asks. I don't know anymore. Both, I guess. Then, on behalf of our leader, join us. We save your life and share the same will of destruction as you do. Join the Akatsuki? I don't know. It is too soon for me to take side in a world that seems to reject me. I disagree, but it's fine. You will have Kakazu, said Itachi. Kakazu, Naruto said as he raised an eyebrow. The doctor, he stitched you up, and he most likely rant about money. He will drop you off, and your life is up to you. Itachi turned and walked towards the door, as Naruto's mind was filled with hate and stained memories of the village. The looks of disgust given to him by his very own villagers. The look on Sakura's face as she comforted her true love, Sasuke. Sasuke, who had planned for all of this to happen. The hate boiled within him, overflowing and taking over his once peace mind. He wanted nothing more than revenge now. Wait, Itachi. I'll join you. Glad to hear it. Welcome to the Akatsuki, Naruto. So what now? Naruto asks. You have healed up fine to walk around, but don't strain yourself, or Kakazu will have to stitch you up again, and he won't be pleased. Come to think of it, he never is, said Itachi. Now come, where are we going? Naruto asks. To introduce you to our little organization, and for a little tour. You can walk, right? Itachi asks. Naruto nodded as he hopped off the bed, only for his feet to give way as he dropped down. So I take it you do want help, said Itachi. He then used his shoulder for support to Naruto as they walked down the hallway to the living quarters of the Akatsuki. Back at Konoha, Tsunade sat down and gestured for Sakura to do the same, as Jiraiya had left to search the woods for any remain of his student. So, said Tsunade, is Sasuke here to stay? Is he going to be cooperative, or is he going to be a problem? He is. As devastated as the rest of us, he lost a friend. Believe it or not, he only acted that way to keep people away from him. He's now here to stay. He wants to live the life that Naruto wanted for him. I see. Sakura, people have to know. Everyone needs to know now. It wasn't any of our fault. It was just a big misunderstanding. Jiraiya and others may think that most of us are horrible people and that we don't give a damn about Naruto. But the truth is, I have taken his death as if it was my own brother. Naruto meant the world to everyone that he knew. We were all in shock from seeing Sasuke. We said bad things, and bad things happen. We will all regret what we did, but I am sure Naruto wouldn't want us to suffer from it, right? Tsunade, no one has told you, have they? Asked Sakura. Told me what? Naruto scratched his headband, scratched out the Konoha symbol, and stained it with his blood. He told me that we all drove him to the edge, and he could not live this way anymore. He hated us up until his death, Tsunade. I see. Well, there is nothing we can do now. We can only bury him in our hearts, like the true ninja that he was. And Sasuke? Sakura asks. Well, you flat said out that you love him. You dumped Naruto for him, so you decide. Tsunade, said Sakura. Don't bullshit us, Sakura. Love is the most destructive weapon known to man. But leave it be. What is done is done. I will help Sasuke recover and find his place in the village. I will help him live the life that Naruto wanted him to live. And is all that I have left, said Sakura. Back with Naruto, Itachi lead Naruto through the tunnel of the Akatsuki base, as Naruto could tell that it was underground because of the lack of windows. as the sound of yelling and glass smashing greeted them up ahead. "You're about to meet our first member, Hidan," said Itachi. There was then an explosion and more cursing was called, and Deidara as well. "Stay close," said Itachi. "Okay, if you say so," said Naruto. They opened a steel door as they enter a room that was made out of steel and stone. A training/sparring court. Two men fought each other violently and taunted each other. A third man sat to the side at one table, counting a large wad of money as he slipped a few bills in his pocket when the two weren't looking. "Oh, you piece of crap! Stop evading my swipes with your damn clay!" "Hidan, my explosions is my true art." As Hidan was swiping his sight from side to side, tried to cut up Deidara. "Deidara, you're nothing but a clay coward." "Idiot," said Kakazu, for a man who hid behind his own immortality. "You cannot talk, Hidan." Kakazu, "Shut the hell up." As Naruto then realized that that was the guy who stitched him up. Kakazu, "Well, would you look at that, the kid is up already." "Looks like you owe me 50 Ryu, Deidara," said Kakazu. The two of them stopped fighting as they looked at Naruto. "Who is this little shrimp? He looks like he can't even walk on his own," said Hidan. "And who the hell are you, idiot?" said Naruto. Hidan then rushed at Naruto as Itachi moved to stop, but Naruto put his hand out as Naruto felt something strange. He felt a lot stronger. He rushed towards Hidan as he slammed his fist into Hidan's stomach, sending Hidan hurtling back as Hidan fell to the ground. He then started to laugh. "Well, I was just trying to test out the new member, but you pass. But if you do that again, I'll beat you with your arm that I tear off." "Got it?" "Sure thing," said Naruto. Deidara then extended his hand towards Naruto. "Don't mind him. I am Deidara. Good to see that I won't be the only blonde here. So, do you appreciate art?" "Not really," said Naruto. "I would rather spend my time training than being a sissy, painting pretty drawings." That made Hidan laugh. This kid is killing me," he said. "Let's move on, Naruto. You seem to fit in fine." As Deidara glared at Naruto. With Itachi and Naruto, "Well, that went well," said Itachi. "Sorry, I need to face it head on and let them know that I'm not here to mess around," said Naruto. "Oh, I know," said Itachi. "You survived your first encounter with Hidan just fine. Many would be dead at this point." They came to another large room, as it was a library, books everywhere, as a large table was in the center. As a boy, he didn't look much older than Naruto. He was there working on a puppet. As he then looked up, "Hi, new kid, right?" he asked. "Yeah, are you as well?" Naruto asked. "Not really. I am older than everyone that you will meet, except for Kakazu and that Zetsu guy." "Really? How old are you?" Naruto asked. "I'm about 35. "Say what?" "Yeah. Got a problem with that?" No. It's just odd, the way you look," said Naruto. "Because of my young body, right?" "Yeah. I look older than you," said Naruto. "Because this body is a puppet. You could say that I'm a ghost controlling an empty house." "Hey Itachi, let's move along. This guy give me the creeps," said Naruto. As they move along, "Looks like our next member is in the kitchen. Let's just avoid this one. He's untrustworthy," said Itachi. As Naruto poked his head inside. "Ha, no one is around. Toby is a good boy," the person said to himself. "Ah, dumplings." As Naruto didn't understand why Itachi of all people feel uneasy about this guy, he just looked like an idiot. Naruto was about to leave when Toby's head burst through the wall and spotted the two. "Oh hey there, Mr. Itachi, and who are you?" Toby asked. "Naruto Uzumaki." "Aren't the Uzumakis all dead?" Toby said that laugh. Naruto simply glared at him. "Bye bye," said Toby, as he then sank back into the wall. As the wall wasn't break or anything, he just passed right through it. As Naruto wondered to himself, What kind of ability was that? As he and Itachi then headed off again. Itachi led Naruto to what looked like an elevator as they stepped inside and closed the solid steel cage. Itachi then pressed a button as they started to be pulled up above to the surface as Naruto squinted his eyes at the daylight. So, who are we meeting next? 3 more people, said Itachi. The first one is our messenger, but I must warn you, he looks more like a plant than he does a human. Zetsu is certainly unique. Naruto then jumped as something emerged while they were in the elevator. You're too kind, Itachi, said Zetsu as he emerged from the ground. Is this a new member? He does not look like much. He's a 9-tailed Jinchuriki. He's more than much, said Itachi. Oh, a new member, said the white Zetsu. Welcome, Naruto. We're the Akatsuki Scout and Intel Gatherers. If you fail your mission, or sell us out in any way, or challenge us at our knowledge, we will kill you. As slowly and painfully as possible, said Black Zetsu. Failure is not an option. Don't worry about him. Black Zetsu is known for his ferocity, not like me, said White Zetsu with a chuckle. As they then synced away. Time to meet our leader, said Itachi, as they went up to the top floor, as a lot of windows were there, as the sunlight was pouring in. There was 2 large doors at the end of the hallway. The large door then opened as a woman came out. This is our leader second in command, Konoha, said Itachi. I see. This is our new member, Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, said Naruto. You are here to see Nagato, correct, Itachi? She asked. Yes, said Itachi. Well, Naruto is to enter alone. There is a lot that Nagato wishes to speak to him about. I understand, said Itachi. Naruto, go on ahead, Itachi said. Naruto took a deep breath as he gulped hard. He was about to meet the leader of the Akatsuki, his own leader now. He then stepped inside as the doors closed behind him, as the darkness was thick, as he saw a small hallway as he walked towards it, as there was another door at the end. He reached and knocked the door, as the door swung open. Enter Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto entered as the place was dimly lit, as he saw a throne, as Nagato was sitting on it with a lot of rods sticking in his back. As Naruto saw his Rinnegan glow in the dim-lit room. Take a seat, we have much to discuss, Nagato said. Are you really a Uzumaki like me? I thought I was alone. Yes, my family had moved to the Hidden Ring village a long time ago. They were needed to help seal a salamander, and they fell in love with the land, so they decided to stay. I was born in the Hidden Ring and called it my home. So you and I might be related. There is a possibility. I am sure that Kakazu can test our blood and find out. The Leaf Village, they threw me out like trash, Nagato. Because I am a tailed beast, said Naruto. I understand the leaf is not all paradise. Eventually, they were going to use you, Naruto. That was all you are to them. But not here to us. You are a member, one of us. And a student. Well, I guess my training is going to be a lot different from when it was with my sensei. Who was your sensei? Oh, Jiraiya of the legendary Sannin. He's probably the only one that probably missed me right now. Damn it, said Naruto. Nagato's eyes went wide as memories hit him, as he remembered his childhood, as he remembered Yahiko. Are you okay, Nagato? Naruto asked. But I won't have my members teach you anything, Nagato said. But why not? Naruto asked. Because I will become your sensei. We both share wind chakra, correct? Really? You have wind chakra? The Rinnegan I possess grant me all form of chakra. I will teach you our ways, and one day you will take my place. Really? Me? Of course. We share the same clan, blood, and sensei after all. Wait, what? You and Pervy Sage? Nagato then chuckled. I suppose Pervy Sage is a good name for him. Yes, Jiraiya. Sensei taught me how to be a shinobi. He taught you? Yes, we can talk more later, Naruto. But I need to know what you aim for. What is your goal through us? I want it all to burn. Every leaf in that forest turn to ash. And so it shall be, my student, said Nagato. With Sasuke, Sasuke was walking down the empty streets of Konoha as no one was around. Where is everyone? Sasuke, said a voice as he turned to see Naruto, as Naruto had a kunai in his hand, and Naruto was holding his stomach up with his other hand as everything guts were leaking out. Naruto, Sasuke said as he rushed over. Sasuke, you did this to me. Your hatred, your despair, it all passed on to me. Sasuke started to run as he realized that he was not moving as Naruto raised the other kunai and slammed it into its heart. It was then that a giant fox appeared behind Naruto as the fox picked up Naruto with one of his claws and swallowed Naruto whole. Naruto! Sasuke screamed out as he was screaming in the real world as this was all a dream. Sasuke then jumped out of bed as he was sweating hard as Naruto has come to him yet again in his dreams. Sasuke, said Sakura as she ran in after hearing Sasuke scream. Sasuke was staying in Sakura's spare room until he found an apartment in Konoha and he's reinstated back into the shinobi system. What's wrong, Sasuke, said Sakura. Naruto, he came to me again. It's all my fault, said Sasuke as tears started to leak down as it was hard for him to cry. But this was just so tough. Sasuke, Naruto always loved you dearly and his greatest wish has come through. You came back to the village, that is what he always wanted. Well, he always wanted you, said Sasuke. That's different, said Sakura. I have been in love with you since the beginning, Sasuke. I feel horrible for what happened, but I love you, she said. I have been a cold-hearted bastard for too long, Sasuke said as he looked at Sakura. I love, but he couldn't finish that as Sakura grabbed him as she pulled him in for a kiss as the both of them started to make out passionately as none of them knew that they were being watched by the Byakugan. As Hinata clenched her fists as she watched the both of them make out and started to slowly strip off their clothes. As Hinata jumped down off a tree, she was so conflicted by rage. She slammed her hand into the tree as the tree was blown apart. That bitch, filthy, deceiving bitch, Hinata screamed in the night. She took something so special like Naruto's love and ripped it apart so she can make out with Sasuke. She felt such anger towards the both of them as they were the one who drove Naruto towards his death. Tears then streamed down out of her face as she broke down and lay on the grass crying. I am so lost without him. He's gone, she said to herself. I know that feeling, said a voice as someone walked out of the bushes. As she saw his hair, white and ruffly and dirty, as his face was bushy and he had a bottle of sake in his hand. Jiraiya Sensei, what are you doing? You have been drinking, said Hinata as she smelled the stench. Just call me Jiraiya, please. I cannot bear to be a teacher, not anymore. I've been drinking every night since it happened. I have been looking for answers in these woods, maybe a clue. I just don't know anymore. I lost the closest thing I had to a son, Naruto, as tears streamed down his face. They all say that it was an accident that led him to it. They all say that it was an accident, but I refuse to believe it. Sakura and Sasuke, they are the one to blame, and I know it, and I will never forgive them, said Jiraiya. Days later, Naruto, along with Konan and Yaiko's body, who Naruto simply called Nagato, as the two were on a concrete courtyard behind the headquarters of the Akatsuki. Naruto was tasked to use his wind chakra and rip a small object apart, as Konan sat beside Tendo, as Naruto suspected that a relationship was going on right there, but he didn't want to be rude and asked, "Good Naruto, in the Leaf Village, you would have done this with a piece of paper. But we Akatsuki must surpass the weak. Now open your hands and show me." Naruto opened up his hand as he grinned at the sheet of metal that his chakra tear in half. It was like it was cut right down with a katana. His chakra was more powerful than it ever had been. Nagato's training was a success. "I did it. Thanks, Sensei," said Naruto. "Good, now get some rest and come back. In a couple of hours, we will begin phase 2. Sooner than expected." "Thanks," Naruto said. As he headed off, as he walked past a very violent game of ping pong being played by Kisame and Hidan. It was then that Hidan got pissed as he destroyed the table. As Kakazu appeared, "That will come out of your pay." Naruto then arrived to his sleeping quarters. He then heard a voice, "We need to talk." As he opened his eyes, he was in his mindscape in front of Kurama. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix. But for now, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.